Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and today we're going to talk about War Tiger, and War Tiger looks amazing. This guy looks freaking phenomenal. Looks like a total beast, but looks can be a little deceiving, unfortunately, guys. But before we get into a bit of the negatives, there are some positives to this guy. One is his aesthetics. Look at the detail in his sight. He's got a tiger's tooth here. He's got a tiger on the back of it. I mean, look at this. Look at that. You can see the tiger face on the back of it. You can see the face on his armor here. The eyes. That is freaking crazy. Lots of detail. Looks amazing. Freaking phenomenal. And he looks like a total animal. No pun intended. And he is a decent character, guys. And I do think he's worth building. It's not, I mean, he's completely free to play. And I know some people are kind of, not really dogging on him, but they don't think he's what he should be. And you know what? I agree with that. I do think he should be stronger. I do think he's lacking, but he's not a terrible character by any means. This guy's got some pretty good survivability. His damage is really where he hurts. You know, he needs a little something, if you know what I mean. If this guy had a damage accumulation, that would be all he needs. Honestly, I know some people maybe would like to see him have more iframes, what have you, but he can keep him alive pretty easy, guys. This guy has got an amazing heal. He can stay alive pretty easy, especially if you pair him up with someone like Shuri that gives him 35% decreased damage received from supervillains. He's going to be more of a tank, and he's got that massive heal, so he's easy to keep alive. The problem is he just doesn't have as much damage as what we'd like to see. Now let's take a look at the build. He has 15,000 physical attack, which is pretty low. He has 120 attack speed, 33 crit rate, 173 critical damage. His crit rate is a little low, but he does get, I think, a 25% crit rate buff from one of his skills. 4 or 5th skill, I can't remember. We'll look at that in a second. And he has max ignore defense and max skill cooldown. He has no Urus. All of his gears are 20. He's still a level 60 character. You take a look at his passive. He gets super armor. That is amazing. I wish Shadow Shell would have got that. But I'm glad that he did get it because he has immunity. And thank God he has super armor so he don't get guard broken. So that's one thing they did right for him. Just some text here. Just some text here. Just a stun. No biggie. His 4th skill. This is, his 4th skill is where he gets his crit rate. He gets a 35% all attack buff. And he gets a 25% crit rate buff. And this lasts for 10 seconds. Which is amazing. It keeps these buffs up the entire time you're fighting, which is awesome. So you only need 50% crit rate to max out his crit rate. That's great. That's wonderful. And then he has a bunch of stun, fear, bind, all this stuff, and he has a 6-second immunity. And again, because he has super armor, and he can't be debuffed, this immunity can't be debuffed, that's freaking amazing, guys. I mean, he's got a decent kit. It's just, he just needs more power, honestly. And then he's got this sweet recovery. Activation rate when HP is below 99%. Applies to self 3% recovery of max HP. He's got an amazing heal with a cooldown time of 1 second. I mean, he's fun to play. I really enjoy playing War Tiger because he is easy to keep alive. He's not that difficult to play. And we'll preview the skills, guys. Well, let's go to leadership real quick. Decreased skill cooldown with 24%. He's completely free to play. He could be really good for a lot of... Well, actually, he would be good for a lot of free-to-play characters, especially beginners. This guy would be a great character. He'll have plenty of damage to get it done early on, but for some of us players that's been playing for a while, he does seem a bit lacking. Unfortunately, he's probably just going to be a Shadowland character, but you guys will see that he can do decent in World Boss, just not as good as what we would have all hoped. Now let's take a look at these skills. So you look at the 5th skill here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And something that's bad about his kit is you can't cancel the skills. You know, you hit the 5, then you go into the 4, you immediately cancel the 5th skill, so you lose all that damage. And yeah, that kind of sucks. The 2, I mean, it's alright. You know, he's got a little partial iframe, which is cool. So you could hit the 5 and then go in the 2, which is exactly what I do. Actually, my rotation is 5. Try to put the damage back on the 5. Then I hit the 2. And then I usually go into the 4. Now, you guys are going to see me whenever we do our big run, or going all out run. Well, not quite going all out, but kind of. We will be throwing in the 1 and the 3 and so on, because we want to keep as many of them strikers attacking as much as possible to get our all defense down. But in the run you're going to see without all defense down, I'll just be using 5 let that thing play completely out, and then I'll hit the 2, and then I'll hit the 4. Cool looking skill. I really enjoyed it. He gets a lot of damage at the end. The 1 skill, I mean, it's alright. You know, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the 4. Let's do that again. Let's hit the 3. I mean, it's alright, man. Not too bad. But, I mean, again, guys, I mean, and honestly, if you land the proc on the 4th skill, he'll do good damage. If you land it on the 5th skill, he'll do good damage. Either one of those skills, whatever you land the proc on, he's going to do pretty good damage. So that's something that's actually really nice about him. Another thing that I like about him is he doesn't have all defense down, which means whenever you're playing with him and you're using all defense down strikers, his all defense down isn't going to counter react to the other all defense downs, which is great. It's great. That is good. That's freaking awesome. He has a stage 6 Power of Angry Hulk set, which I'd recommend up for him because he needs that attack speed. And we just got a simple critical damage, 140% damage proc, nothing special at all. Low damage procs, you know, low level build, guys. So honestly, what you're about to see, you know, without strikers, not so impressive. With strikers, looks fairly impressive. And as always, guys, when you're playing World Boss and you're going to bring in strikers, most people are going to bring in their strikers. So that's just a part of the game. And, you know, depending on how you perceive things, you can look at him and see how he does without strikers and think, he's not that good. And then you can look at him with strikers and say, well, this is actually not too bad. But then again, you could probably say that for a lot of characters, right? I mean, it's kind of one of the things, you know, this is one thing I wish they would have never changed about the striker thing, because now we always kind of second guess these things. But I think War Tiger's a really good character. I just wish they'd gave him some damage accumulation. Like, why not give Shadow Shell the super armor, give this guy invincibility with damage accumulation, and I think we would have all been a little bit happier with both of these characters. So he doesn't have a uniform, obviously. So guys, let's get into the action and let's rock and roll. So in the first run, guys, we're just going to use Beast Leadership for that 50% physical attack, and we're just going to use Shuri for that 45% damage dealt to supervillains and that 35% decreased damage received from supervillains. We got Beast attack buff there, and now we're just going to pour it on. We're just using Rachel because she doesn't have all defense down, and she's going to crowd control Proxima because Proxima likes to jump around a lot, and she's pretty damn annoying. And you get a better taste of how much damage War Tiger's dealing when you're using someone without all defense down. But like I said, guys, in this rotation, we're just doing 5, 2, 4. And that's it. And he does have somewhat long cooldowns on his 5 and his 4, you know. They're 9 seconds a pop, which does kind of screw up things. But honestly, since you can land the proc on the 5 or the 4, it's really not that big of a deal, guys. Honestly, it's not that hard to keep the proc where it belongs. Like, look what we're doing. So far, we're just doing 5, 2, and 4. The proc staying engaged on the 5th skill. There, it was still engaged on the 5th skill. Now here, it might hit on the 4th skill. Nope, it went back on the 5th skill. So we're doing all right as far as keeping the proc where it belongs. And he's fun. I love watching him. You know, he's got some pretty cool animations, but, you know, nothing super spectacular, but not too bad. But I really do enjoy playing War Tiger. I mean, and I just love the fact he's got this freaking amazing heal. Again, I just wish they would have gave him some, like, invincibility instead of, or just gave him super armor with immunity. That would have been even better. And just give him damage accumulation. I think damage accumulation would have made a world of difference in this guy's damage. It would have been awesome, and it would have really went well with the fact that he doesn't have all defense down. That would have been something really nice that Netmarble could have done for this guy. It wouldn't have made him over the top, but it would have made, I think a lot of people would have been a lot happier with him if they would have at least done that. So we're just gonna run this for 2 minutes, guys. Once we hit that 3-minute mark, we're gonna go ahead and pause it and see how much damage he's done. Okay, so, alright. So you guys can see that we got down to almost 10 bars left. So he could probably do this, but it'd be a pretty close call, which, stage 40, no strikers except for Rachel. That's not really that impressive. But then again, for a level 60 character with no Uru's, 140% damage proc, I don't think this is really that bad. Especially considering there's no all defense down. I mean, it's nothing great, but it's not that bad. It's not terrible. He's definitely a lot stronger than a lot of other characters in the game. So let's move on to the kind of going all out run. Okay, so now here we are. We're going to use the exact same team, guys. But now we're going to bring in all our, strikers that we normally bring in to go crazy. And that's Scarlet, Sue, Weapon Hex, Thanos, and Silver Surfer. And yeah. And we're trying stage 60, guys. Stage 60 with this build, I mean, it's not that bad. It definitely shows how much the all defense down skew the damage. 20 stages higher. Now, I don't know if he's going to do this. I tried this a couple times and I wasn't able to get it done. But I came pretty close. So I think with a really good run, even with this build, he could probably do this on my account. And I have 55% physical attack on my cards. But, again, it's not super impressive. But this isn't bad. This is not terrible. So, I don't know, I don't want to say anything like bad, because I really like War Tiger. I don't know. I just wish they would have gave damage accumulation, man. He is fun. He's cool. He looks awesome. He's easy to play, easy to keep alive. There's a lot of good things about this character. It's really, again, just his damage. That's really the thing that is lacking a little bit. If this was like, honestly, guys, stage 60 isn't bad against Proxima. This is far from terrible. So, I don't know. I think people are kind of underestimating War Tiger just a little bit. I'm not saying he's some top tier or nothing, but I do think he's stronger than what people are giving him credit for. But I do agree with those people that he should be a bit stronger. He should be. I agree with that. And I would say that for any character in the game that I feel is lacking, So, yeah. Oh, man, we had a hell of a spike of damage right there. Get it done. And now you guys see that we're pouring in all the skills. I'm using all the skills, but I'm still trying to keep the proc on the 4 or the 5. And here it's probably going to hit back on the 4 again. The proc probably trigger on the 4. There it is. It triggered on the 4. Oh, yeah. Still was able to do some pretty decent damage with that 5 after that, since that all defense down was in there. And that 4, I'll tell you what, man, the end of it does all that residual damage with all them slashes. Man, if you get that all defense down when that happens, man, you can get quite a bit of damage. We're going to have to switch. We're going to switch. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo! About lost a War Tiger. About lost him. Even with Scarlet coming in pretty much non-stop, there will be a little gap every once in a while. She'll miss every once in a while, or she won't come in. And you might have to switch your character when you see that purple. That might have cost us the run right there. That just might have cost us the run. But so far, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, that was a nice little spike of damage right there. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're down to 6 bars. And we got 2 minutes left. So it's possible that we can definitely do this, guys. It is definitely possible. So again, I don't think this is terrible. I don't think this is like some horrible character. Yeah, I like War Tiger. I think he's quality. Obviously, if you don't have Weapon Hex, this is not going to look quite as good. But even if I wasn't using Weapon Hex, we could still probably do stage 55. So that's still not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Come on, come on. Yeah, we're definitely on pace that we can get it done. Come on, come on, come on. And you can definitely tell whenever the all defense down strikers are coming in, because his damage doesn't look that great until they do come in. But look, I mean, but even, without, having all this crowd control, guys, you've seen in the run, like even we were doing a run without any strikers at all, he's not that hard to keep alive because of them heals and having that 6-second immunity. And since that fifth skill's on a 9-second cooldown, and you only need to run around for 3 seconds. He's got that partial iframe on the 2. He's got the iframe on the 4. So he's pretty easy to keep alive, man. That's something I love about this character. Love it. I mean, you can pretty much practically face tank world bosses with him. And now we're kind of running behind, man. We're running a little bit behind. I don't know if we're going to get it done now. Ugh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, man, we only got 20 seconds left. It's not looking too sweet, guys. Well, we were on pace, a minute or so ago, but we're definitely not going to do it now. Unless we get really lucky. Oh, there was a good spike of damage. Alright. And I think it's good to show runs where you kind of go all out and runs where you're not going all out. That way everybody gets a good idea of how good a character is. And we got down to 1.5 bars, guys. He definitely could have done this. If I'd have done this a couple more times, he definitely would have cleared stage 60 with not even an OP team. So, yeah, man, take it with what you will. Personally, I think War Tiger's a pretty good character. But unfortunately, he'll probably just be a Shadow. I know he's going to be just a Shadowland character for me. But to be fair, guys, to a lot of these characters, when you have tier 3s that are just, freaking godly, like Sharon and Jean Grey, I mean, that's the characters you're mainly going to use in World Boss. So it takes a hell of a strong character to make you want to use them. So let me know how you guys feel about War Tiger, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.